Hey everybody, Lisa here with another Vera Bradley bag of the day. I thought I would do another video, hopefully not as long as my last one, which was my first one back after a bit of a break. Um, but still, I thought I'd do another one still showing Foxwood pattern because my bag of the day today was my Bright Tote in Foxwood. And I know if people have watched any of my other videos, they know that I love the Bright Tote. And so I was so excited when they started releasing it in other patterns beyond the original three, which I also have. Um, but I do use it a lot, and people are pretty regularly ask about the Bright Tote. And so I thought it can't hurt to show it again. I did show it briefly in the last video, but I didn't go over any of the details. But I thought I would go over the details again and show the bag, and also just again show it in comparison to the Foxwood version fabric that's available in the custom section of the website, and also I thought people might find it helpful to show to get a look at the iconic Grand Tote, which is still available right now on the website half off. And so I figure, well, people may be ordering that and still waiting for theirs to come. And so they might be a little curious about it, or they might still be, trying to determine if they want to get it, decide if they want to get it or not. And so I thought maybe this would be helpful because it's humongous. I know I always say that about the Vera tote, and this is much bigger than that. So I thought I'd just start with the Bright Tote because I did just run out to the grocery store and I did use this, and it's all packed up so I can show it on my body packed up so people can get an idea of how big it is and what it looks like, because it is a slouchy bag. And then I can just, empty it out to show people the inside. So I'm 5'4", I always say I'm 5'4", about 130 pounds. And so this is what it will give you an idea of what it looks like on. It has a relatively short strap drop. The strap drop is 9 inches when you're just measuring it without it being on your body. So there's no pull and there's no slouch. It's a 9-inch strap drop with the rolled straps. So that's a short strap drop. But I like that because I like to feel like the bag is up tucked under my arm. I just feel like it stays in place a little bit better and feels a little bit more secure. So you can see it kind of has a tall rectangular shape rather than the sort of squarer shape of the Vera tote. The rolled handles I find very comfortable. They do have some padding in them. If you have a Carson east-west or a Carson north-south tote, those rolled, I guess they're calling them rolled handles, those are different. Those don't have that same padded feeling to them. Those are a little flatter. I sort of call them they're crunchy. I don't have a problem with those straps. They're just slightly different. So the straps are kind of set very wide apart. On the top, you can see they're here and here. And this top opening is about 17 or 18 inches when you pull it straight like this. So that's a wide opening. The bag tapers down to about 11 inches on the base. The base is 11 by 6 inches. And from top to bottom, the bag is 15 inches. So it's a big bag. The bottom panel is seamed here. These are the seams, but the bag really bends here. So when I measure 11 by 6, I'm measuring from here. I'm not measuring this small panel because that 11-inch width is really forming the base of the bag. So you can see this, you get a real slouch because the top of the bag is unstructured and the straps attach at a very wide part of the bag. So I like that slouch, but if you're not a slouchy flat bag person, this might not be the bag for you. And also there's not a lot of pockets in the bag, especially on the inside. People might miss some pockets. So if you like a bag that offers you a lot of pocket organization, this also might not be the bag for you, but for me it works really well. So on the outside, the only pockets you have are these two very large east-west slip pockets. I love them. You can get a bottle in there, a water bottle in there. I use them for my car keys. I think they're great because they're so deep that, normally when I'm nervous about slipping car keys or a phone or something in an exterior pocket that isn't secure, doesn't have a zipper or a flap, I don't worry about that here because it's so deep that the keys fall way down to the bottom, and I feel like nobody's getting in there to lift them. But yet it's not too hard for me to stick my hand in there like that. I don't have my keys in there right now, they're downstairs, but everything else that I carry today is still in here. So just real quick, with the Foxwood pattern, it's very sweet. Of course, everyone's aware of the critters. You have the chipmunk there. And when I first got this, which I ordered through QVC because that seems to be the only place where the Bright Tote is available in Foxwood. So I'm ordering it, sight unseen. Like I said in my previous video where I showed this just briefly, I was a little bummed I didn't get a fox right front and center there, but I do like the chipmunk front and center there, so that was nice. And I did get 3 foxes. They're just sort of to the sides. There's one there. There's another one over there. And then there's one more. Where is he? There's one more there. So when I saw that I had managed to get 3 foxes, even though none of them were, smack in the center, I said, well, you can't beat 3 on the one bag. What are the odds? So I'm good with it. One of the reasons I do like this bag, aside from the large size and the slouchiness, is that it gives a good opportunity to show off the fabric without, the straps that you have on other bags like the Vera Tote. There's no straps cutting up the fabric, and so I feel like you really get a nice look at the pattern uninterrupted. The pieces that are, the bag is constructed from are not too tiny. And I think that also helps if you're trying to get, a certain part of the pattern or animals in the pattern, your odds may be a little bit better with this bag. So that's why I took the chance ordering it, sight unseen. Not, like I said in my other video, not a huge fan of this palette. The warm, bright colors. It's not typically what I go for, but I'm a sucker for the animals, so that's what I got it for. Although I do like this, like I said in the other video, I do like this. But if this didn't have animals, I probably wouldn't have gone for it. And just so if people are curious, this was my custom bag that I showed in my previous video, and I chose the lining in Foxwood Blue, which is, the same pattern, just a different color scheme, and so I thought I would give people another look at that. I did do that in the previous video, but I thought I would show it again, just if people are interested. You can see the foxes there. You can sort of compare colors. You can see that this is a little bit more muted, softer, and the navy blue has the navy blue background. So I do prefer this palette, and it's very tempting to want to get a custom bag with this as the exterior as well. Like I said, this is the interior. I turned this inside out for just to show it, but I'm so worried I wouldn't get good animal placement, and it's expensive to do a custom bag, so it's kind of really a risk. So I'm not going to do it, I don't think. But it is very, very pretty. Got another fox there. I had this custom embroidery done. It's in my other video. I talk about it in the other video, so I won't talk about it here. But came out very well. So in here today I have everything I normally carry, and what's so great, especially in wintertime, although I do tend to carry a sweatshirt even in the summer because if I go in somewhere air conditioning I tend to get cold, but I have a sweatshirt in here. So I like a bigger bag just in general because it accommodates things like that. I can just carry, you know, everything in there. The kitchen sink. So I don't know, it's kind of dark in there, but you can see I do have a sweatshirt in there. So inside, the space, again, is just 2 east-west slip pockets inside, nothing else. So that's why I say if you need more pockets than that, this might not be the bag for you. So my sweatshirt. My iPad mini, charger, cord pouch, GPS pouch, all the stuff that, you know, if you watch any of my other videos, you're used to me pulling out. Photos that I carry around now in the campus double ID. I talk about that in my previous video for anyone who's interested. My wallet. This is the all together crossbody. I use it as a wallet. Tissues and garbage. And then I just left this in here, but I slip my cell phone in one of the east-west pockets, and that's working out really well with this bag. And I have my cell phone in a Carson cell phone crossbody, which I removed the strap from, and I just slip it. It's hard to see because it's dark, but I slip it in that pocket up there. And it just fits really well. It works really well. I tend to leave the flap just sort of on the Carson just sort of open. And I just reach in and pull my cell phone out. But I just really like that east-west pocket in the front. You know, that it's positioned there, and that the east-west orientation just makes it very easy to access my cell phone. It's great. Occasionally I do feel like I wish there was a side wall pocket, you know. I do miss that on occasion, but it's not critical for me. But you can see, like, I know a lot of people tried the Carson Hobo, which is now retired, and they felt like it was kind of a black hole. And if you felt that way about the Carson, you might feel that way about this tote, because it is very tall and deep with not a lot of organization. And you can see even here, it's hard to get the light all the way in there, you know, so to illuminate it for the video. I did show the lining in my previous video, but I'll just try to show a little bit of it again. It's the Foxwood Menagerie, and it's the purple color scheme there versus the blue color scheme that's in the custom options. It's just so sweet. I mean, this is one of those bags, one of those pattern combos where I'm not as crazy about the exterior, but the lining pushes me over the edge, and sort of can convince myself to buy it because of I like the lining so much. That happened with Indio and the interior that looks like Splash Dot, and it's definitely happened here. So this is the Bright Tote again, and I just love it. I mean, I'm so pleased with this bag style. Now, now I can show this. And now, so this is big, right? 18 by, at the top, about 18 by 15 high. And you get something like this. I feel like this is like the size of my torso. Yeah. So lying flat, um, yeah, this is Foxwood, the iconic Grand Tote. Uh, it's on sale right now, half off. And it also has a little tag on here uh, that says, I'm reversible. So I just have to complain about that for a minute. This to me is not a reversible bag. And when I saw that description, part of the description on the website, I just kind of snickered. I mean, I kind of thought, nice try, guys. This should not be called a reversible bag. A reversible bag is a bag that is fully finished on both sides, so that when you reverse it, it looks just as finished and proper on the inside, that is now the outside, as the official outside of the bag. And this bag does not do that. And they should not try to get away with, try to claim it's something it's not. So I think people should be prepared. I will never use this inside out, and I knew that going into it, but I felt that because it's sort of styled, it's bigger, I think, than the Tic Tac Tote, which I do like very much. But it has some features that are reminiscent of the Tic Tac Tote, and one of those is that there's no top zipper. And so the bag, which is, I think, good for travel, especially car travel. I wouldn't use this on an airplane where, there's all this easy access and stuff can fall out. But I was feeling that because it's open at the top, it gives you a little bit more opportunity to get a glimpse of the lining. And again, like I was just saying, this lining is so beautiful that that's what sort of pushed me over the edge to say, okay, maybe I normally wouldn't get this bag. But so let me I will turn it inside out to just make the point that this is not a reversible bag as far as I'm concerned. I just want to give the dimensions flat because I actually haven't measured it, and I am kind of curious because it's just ginormous. I mean, even for me, and I like a big bag, and I looked at this bag and I was like, ugh, okay. So flat from side to side is 24 inches. 24. Flat from top to bottom is 14 and a half, almost 14 and a half. The straps are nice, they're padded. I would say the strap drop when you don't actually have it on, because I bet you it might sag a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't because of the way the straps are attached. It's 12. The strap drop is 12. And the width of these straps is just over 1, maybe 1 1/4, 1 1/8. They feel comfortable. They're padded. They're definitely padded, quilted. Quilted is a better word. So, again, I ordered this so I couldn't pick pattern placement, and so it's always it's stressful to me to order. Like, I don't think I'll be ordering anything else in this pattern. It's stressful. But I lucked out. So I have the label here. It says officially the front. I, got a fox right there. So I was pleased with that. But there was something, yeah, and then a jackrabbit up top. The squirrel, and a squirrel here. I mean, a chipmunk and another down there. So again, good. You get a good look at the pattern here for people who are interested. I feel like it's coming out. The light's a little blue here right now, but it is fairly. I'm trying to counter that with my bedside lamp, and it is pretty accurate. Very vivid. Those reds and those orange tones are very electric, which for me is off-putting. There's that leaf that I do like a lot, though. So it's the critters for me that are selling me on this bag. On the back, another fox on the side, and a rabbit and the chipmunk more centered. So that's nice. So, just to give people an idea, so I thought, well, okay, what can I use this for? Obviously, I could use it for travel when I load stuff up and I'm putting it in the back of their car. That's great. And if I go to my dad's, perfect. I will use it. And when you fill it up with stuff, obviously, it shortens that length of it. But, you know, normally when I would go to my dad's, if I'm bringing work with me or stuff for him, I might put it in the Vera Tote, the large, iconic Vera Tote. So I have one here. Obviously, this is Daisy Dot Paisley. And in here right now, just to show people what I might, you know, normally take to my dad's, I loaded up my work. This was stuff I did. This is exactly what I had this bag packed up recently when I went to my dad's for Thanksgiving. So I had, you know, almost a ream of paper in there of work. My laptop and a laptop sleeve. And underneath that, my larger iPad. And I had some pencils and other things related to work in there. And there's still space in here. You know, it's not crammed. So that's how big this tote is. Now I can put it inside the iconic grand tote. And it's this iconic grand tote is still, look at all this, you know, difference in what you can get in there. Just sort of insanely big. So I'll put it on just so people can just see. We can all get a laugh. The ridiculousness of this bag. I mean, I feel almost like I'm carrying a bathtub on my shoulder. But, you know, so you see how much it sticks out, you know, beyond your body. But the straps are comfortable. I feel like with a big coat, I may have trouble with them staying on, but you know, that happens to me. Maybe it's something about my anatomy, the way my shoulder slopes. So, you know, it's big. So just for people, if people weren't sure, yeah, it's huge. But let me turn it inside out now to just show what I'm talking about. Because if you see, I have videos on the reversible tote, which is a vintage style that I love. And that is a truly reversible bag. You turn it inside out and the seams are all finished properly, even when it's inside out. So you turn this and it doesn't have any odd pockets. You know, the bags, the inside and the outside of a reversible bag need to be exactly the same as far as how they are finished and what features they offer. So when you turn this inside out, you get, you know, this seam here, like an interior seam. It's along the bottom here. That's not a reversible bag, Vera. It's just not. And then you've got this is the flap pocket. This is the only pocket on this bag, so it's in the interior, the zipper. This is a feature that's similar, something you find on the Tic Tac tote and also the tie tote, and I do love this feature. This one has a like lobster claw clasp on a strap, which I guess you could clip an ID to or your keys to or whatever, and that is sewn in there. And this is microfiber. It feels like black microfiber. But, you know, that's an interior. I'm not going to walk around with my bag like this. That's just never going to happen. But actually, since we're, since I'm doing this video, let's put something in it and see what it looks like. It's just, yeah, I'm just never going to walk around with that hanging out with the tag, the little label there. Yeah, that looks like an interior label. So as pretty as this fabric is, there's the seam. I guess you could get away with it on this side if you carried the pocket flap side against your body so it wasn't as visible, maybe. But again, this is not a reversible bag. I'm sorry, this is just not. As pretty as the fabric is, I don't think I'll ever carry it like this. Now, a woman in the, I'm in that online Vera Bradley focus group, and there was a woman in there who was saying that she was considering ordering this in Very Merry. It's hard for me to say that. And she wanted it for the lining, which is the cute rabbits, and she was thinking she might just remove this, which I guess you could do, and then just have this as a pouch that you use. But she was going to try thinking that was what she might do. I'm not going to mess with the construction of this bag. This particular flap is right under, it's attached. It's under this seam of this microfiber band here. So you can't, pick out the stitches. You have to cut this off, because these stitches here on this microfiber band are also holding this pouch in place. It's not a separate part of the construction. But again, this is a beautiful lining. It's just, it's just such a, let's see, again, I apologize for the light not being spectacular, but it's just such a pretty pattern. Really sweet. Very sweet without being like cloying, without being too saccharine. Very, very pretty. Like that little gerbil-like creature there. So that was the iconic grand tote, which is very, very grand. I think that was everything I needed to show today. Yeah. So just maybe not as long as my other video, hopefully. I know that was a longer video because I was talking about Duke. But there it is, taking up the whole shot. Super big Foxwood iconic grand tote, still on sale, 50% off, and the Bright Tote in Foxwood is on QVC. I think it's still in stock. So I hope people found that helpful to get a look at the Foxwood pattern, and hopefully we'll see you next time on Vera Bradley Bag of the Day.